teach our people who they are according to the Bible, which are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I heard the soldier go through all the scriptures, which you said you understand that you're Israel, right? So, how long you been doing you're Israel? Since about a year. About a year? Alright, so last year around August, alright? So, you know that since you know you're Israel, you know there's some things that Most High require of you, right? Alright, give me that again. Go over the back here. I know he brought it out earlier, but we're going to go back over it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
You know you're Israel, right? So you just said you know you're Israel. All right, read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So, since you know you're Israel, you know you're supposed to keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments, right? So, if you're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments, what's that called? What's the definition of sin? You're not. Say it again. What's the definition of sin? We're gonna give me Romans 3 and 4. We're gonna read this first. Romans 3 and 4.
Romans chapter 3, verse 4. God forbid, yea, let God be true.
So we're going to let God be true. Read.
But every man a liar.
But every man a liar, meaning that a man can lie to you, right? As long as I'm coming out of this Bible, what is it saying? Read.
As it is written.
As it is written. I'm going to give it to you as it is written. Read.
That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
So we're going to speak thus said the Lord, so I'll be justified in my sayings. I'm not going to give you what I think. All right, now let's show you what sin is. 1 John 3 and 4.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgresseth also the law.
So whosoever committed what? Transgresseth what? All right, read the second one.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Read it again.
Whosoever committed sin, transgresseth also the law.
Transgresseth also the law.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression of the law. So what is sin? 1 John 2 and 4. Huh? Sin is the transgression of the law. All right, so you understand that. All right, now listen to this.
1 John chapter 2, verse 4. He that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
So if you say you love God, and you keep not his commandments, read.
And the truth is not in him.
The truth is not in you. You know what the truth is?
Bring it out.
The truth shall what? Pause that right here and give me the truth.
Bring it out. Psalm chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
Whose righteousness we talking about here? By the Most High. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. Read.
And thy law is the truth.
What's the truth?
Thy law is the truth.
Thy law is the truth. You see where we going here? I'll go right back to 1 John 2 and 4.
1 John chapter 2, verse 4. He that saith, I know him.
He that saith, I know him. Read.
And keepeth not his commandments.
And keepeth not his commandments.
Is a liar.
Is a liar. That's not from me. That's who? Continue.
And the truth is not in him.
I'm saying the truth is not in you. What's the truth? The truth is the laws, right? Give me Revelation 22 and 14.
Bring it out.
What we got to do to get the kingdom? In total commitment. In total commitment. So which is as in what? The law. With the law? All right, read this.
Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that what?
That do his commandments.
Bring it out.
That they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
What does that mean? So in order to get the kingdom, you understand what sin is. Sin is what? All right, right, sin is transgression of the law. All right. So to get out of law, so if you're in sin, you're transgressing the law. All right. To get out of sin, what do you need to do? Follow the law. So you think you're following the laws today?
I know I'm not, and I'm going to do that.
All right.
I never said perfect.
You know, if Christ, so that's Christian though. That's a Christian doctrine. What did Christ say? Give me that. What did
Chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect.
Be ye what?
Perfect.
Be ye what?
Perfect.
I thought you said nobody can be perfect. Read it again for the brother.
Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is.
Who is that speaking? Turn it around so he can read it. That's in red, brother. Who is that speaking? Read it again for him.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So you know how we get perfect? You know how we convert ourselves? Give me Psalms 19 and 7.
Psalms chapter 19.
We're going to show you. We're going to bring you up to it. Read.
Verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So the law of the Lord is perfect. It converts your soul. So saying you can't be perfect is foolishness. The Bible telling you the laws is perfect.
That's right.
If you're transgressing the law, you in what? You in sin. Read it again for him.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
The law of the Lord is perfect. Read.
Converting the soul.
So what converts us? What changes us? What helps us to be perfect? Following the law. Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So where you get your wisdom from? Read that last part again.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Get it? All right, the brother brought out the law on the beard earlier. You remember that? We just bring him, just go over and over again. Give it a beard. You know, it's a law, it's a custom for an Israelite man to keep his beard. Look at all the brothers out here. Look at all of them. A beard is a badge of manly dignity. You know, when the soldier told you, Soldier Yana told you, he said, you look like a grown boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, during slavery time, they would make our men cut off the slaves, and they would call them boy. They make the slaves cut off their beard, and they would call them boy. You know what I'm saying? Because that was disrespect. For an Israelite man not to have a hair on his face is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Read that.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard.
So it said, an Israelite man, you're not supposed to shave off our head like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Neither round off the corners of our beard. Give them a friend number. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we're going to go through our tattoo. You have no tattoo? No tattoo? All right, well, that's also a law for all men not to have tattoos. Some of our brothers got it, I have. But I repented of that thing and I don't go back to it anymore. None of the brothers up here get no tattoos. All right? Give me numbers.
Numbers.
So hold on. So you know you're an Israelite. All right? You've been knowing you're an Israelite since August. You know about the fringes? All right. Well, we're gonna get it for you. Read. Give me that.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So this was Moses, and he was speaking to the children of Israel, and he was telling them that they had to put fringes in the borders of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generations.
So what's generations mean? It means forever. Your kids, your kids' kids, your kids' kids. As long as you're generating as a people, start from the top again.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
You Israel, right? Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So in the borders of your garments, you're supposed to have fringes. Look at all the brothers out here. Every brother out here have on fringes. Even the brothers over there, them brothers got on fringes. Everybody got on fringes. And we're going to show you why. Read, continue.
Throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Stop. What you see on my fringes? A border of what? A ribbon of blue. Look at all the brothers out here. All right. Continue.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it.
That you may what?
That ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
That you may remember what?
All the commandments of the Lord.
That you may remember what?
All the commandments of the Lord. And do them.
And what?
And do them.
So what's going to help? So what you gonna do? Starting tomorrow. Go to Hobby Lobby, go to Walmart, you can go to Original Rods, and we have a website, you know, you can get on that online, get your fringes and put on your clothes. Brother, this is the crutch right here. You'll be caught up in this stuff and you're about to do something crazy, you're gonna put your hand in your pocket and you see them fringes. You'll feel them. When you feel them bump you, to get your mind right, because of what? It's gonna keep your mind from going horror. All right. To be a man, when we was raised up, how did they tell us to be a man? What does it mean to be a man? Like, so being man, you work hard. That's scripture too. That's scripture too. We're gonna get to that. A man's supposed to take care of his house, but we're gonna show you what the Bible says about that.
1 Kings chapter 2, verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore. Verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh.
You know who David is? King David? All right. You familiar with his son King Solomon, which is the great-great-great-grandfather of Jesus Christ?
Now the days of David drew nigh.
So David was on his deathbed, right? Read.
That he should die.
There you go. He was on his deathbed. Read.
And he charged Solomon his son.
So he was on his deathbed. You know what I'm saying? And he was charging his son, telling him what he needed him to do, right? Read.
Saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore.
So you said a man's supposed to be strong, right? Read.
And show thyself a man.
Show thyself a what?
A man.
Read that part again.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore. And show thyself a man.
So you got King David, which was charging his son, King Solomon. But Solomon is the wisest man, right? Everybody always say Solomon was the wisest king. You know what I'm saying? All right, he had the most possessions, right? Didn't you ever read that? He had the most possessions. Read that part again.
I go the way of all the earth.
Go the way, tell him, go the way of all the earth, meaning go out on the earth. Read.
Be thou strong therefore.
Be strong. Read.
And show thyself a man.
And show thyself a man. Now he's going to tell you how to do that. Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
What's the charge of the Lord? Continue.
To walk in his ways.
To walk in his ways.
To keep his statutes.
Keep his statutes.
And his commandments.
And his commandments.
And his judgments.
And his judgment.
And his testimonies.
And his testimony.
As it is written in the law of Moses.
That's the laws of Moses, the first 5 books in the Bible, right? Read.
That thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest.
So how you going to prosper as a man? Read that part again.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper.
That thou mayest what?
That thou mayest prosper.
You know that was in the Bible? Read.
That thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest.
So continue, go.
And whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So what that's telling you is, you said to be a man. They didn't teach us that when we was growing up. They taught us being a man, you gotta be hard, you gotta smash as much chicks as you can, you know what I'm saying? Get a nice car. But what it's telling us is, we're supposed to keep the charge of the law. You know what I'm saying? Go back to Revelation 22 and 14 one more time.
Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that do his commandments. Read.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
That's our ultimate goal, to get the kingdom, right? Read.
And may enter in through the gates into the city.
That they may enter into the gates of the city. You get it? Brother, you got a question right quick before we close up? Oh, you don't? So you heard everything we was bringing out? So you understand what is sin? All right, you understand how you get out of sin, and you understand what we need to make the kingdom, right? So you got all contact information on that flyer, man. On the back of that, we got a website, we got a phone number on the back of there. Call that number and come and check us out.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.